So I've written a book, Clinton, Bush and CIA Conspiracies, and I researched the hell out of the Clinton crime family. And that's what led me to Epstein. So he was a serial rapist and cokehead.
Bill Clinton?
Yes.
Do we have to legal this?
All right. I'm going to allege that Bill Clinton was a serial rapist and cokehead going back to when he was the governor of Arkansas. And it was the CIA, they wanted the sleaziest, most corrupt governor to choose that state to smuggle the white powder in from South America to finance these wars against the communists in Nicaragua. And Bill Clinton provided the state security for the drug drops. And his own brother, half-brother, Roger Clinton, was busted buying coke from an undercover cop and recorded saying, some of this is for Bill, he's got a nose like a vacuum cleaner. And that cop knew if he didn't out that arrest really quickly, it would all get covered up. So they put Roger Clinton in prison to show that no one is above the law and that the Clintons are moral, upstanding pillars of the community. Meanwhile, he's got multiple allegations of raping women, sexual assaults. And Hillary Clinton tracked a lot of these women down with private investigators, threatened their lives, pets were murdered, people were thrown off balconies. And this is the genesis of the hashtag Clinton body count. They had a coroner, Fahmy Malek, who, when Bill's mum had accidentally unalived someone when she was working in the medical profession, Fahmy Malek had come in and he adjusted the cause of death. So Bill Clinton owed him for the rest of his life. And Fahmy Malek would come in, and if you had been shot in the head or if someone had strangled you, he would say that you drowned in a swimming pool. Some of the rulings were that bizarre. People need to research hashtag Clinton body count and Fahmy Malek's rulings because there are dozens of them. I've done a whole chapter on those in Clinton, Bush and CIA Conspiracies. Yeah.
This is what it's like having dinner with you.
Trump brought those women because they settled, the women he'd raped, settled out of court and signed NDAs, so they're never allowed to talk about it. Jennifer Flowers, etc. Trump brought them to sit near the front row when he was debating Hillary Clinton. They couldn't speak, but he brought them as a show of force.
So he knows.
It's common knowledge that these women have settled all these lawsuits with Bill Clinton. It's common knowledge that he was a huge cokehead back then. He was hospitalized for damage to his nasal septum, and Hillary said to all the staff, if you breathe a word of this to anyone, you'll lose your jobs. You'll never get a job again as long as you live. They were terrified of Hillary. Hillary's law firm, Rose Law Firm, this is how they were laundering a lot of the money that was coming in from the white powder, from the coke deals they were doing with the CIA. And it was because Clinton was playing ball with the CIA. He parlayed that into getting the White House. The coke operation was run by George H.W. Bush, who was fighting the war on drugs, saying Pablo Escobar was the bogeyman. Meanwhile, he had Felix Rodriguez from the CIA and Oliver North, who kept diaries of what he was doing, documented in these South American countries with the white powder. These guys were bringing it in, and they chose Clinton, Arkansas, to bring it in because he was the most corrupt governor. So he was heavily into the white stuff. Terry Reid wrote an excellent book called Compromised. He was a co-pilot with Barry Seal. Barry Seal was bringing it in. I wrote a book about him, American Made, Who Killed Barry Seal. And in Compromised, Terry Seal didn't realize at the time what was happening. Barry wasn't telling him what they were transporting, but he cottoned on, and then they threatened his life. And when he tried to out Bill Clinton, they did a huge hit piece. I think it was the New York Post, making Terry Reid out to be a nutcase. And they criminalized him and his wife. They put them in prison to try and suppress him from getting this out. But Alex Jones did a lot exposing the Clinton drug trafficking, the raping, just the insane behavior of him as the governor of Arkansas.
So you would say, with all of that in mind, and him being on the flight logs with lots of Soviet-sounding women, it would be naive of me to suggest he might just have been going for a holiday.
I would say that he has proclivities based on my research, that have led me to believe there's a high probability factor he was diddling East European girls being brought in by Jean-Luc Brunel to the Epstein human transportation network.